All right, ladies and gentlemen, in your kit that you should have received by now, if not, I'm going to be getting it to you very shortly. I'm not sure how this is all going to fall together, but it will fall together. You can bet on that. In the kit, you're going to have a little baggie that's got all of your small pieces and embellishment, that kind of thing in it. You will have a piece of early espresso cardstock that's been scored in the middle. You'll have two pieces, a soft suede and a very vanilla, that are going to form your first layer on your card. And then this is going to go in the middle for writing on, because it's pretty hard to write on early espresso. Now I'm going to put all these away, and I'm going to get the other pieces that I've been working with. Since this is my third try at this video, I'm getting better. You know, the last one was, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7. Just went on forever. But my pieces are kind of sticky, so bear with me. So I have already glued this down in the center, and of course you all know how to do that. That's really the toughest part of the whole deal. We're going to take our two pieces that form the layer, and by the way, these are the Coastal Weave, embossing folder. It's not the basket weave one. I kind of prefer this Coastal Weave. It's got the chevron pattern to it. I don't know, just like it a little better. Contrary to the basket sitting behind me. I'm going to put a piece of Scotch tape to hold these two together, and that's strictly for the purpose of convenience, easier to handle, because we are going to put a ribbon across here, piece of burlap. So I've put some tape on that burlap, and on the back side of this, looks like I got this a little crooked. Fix that right up. Okay. On the back side of this, I'm going to put some tape that's going to hold those tails down when I wrap it around. The burlap tape is just a little bit, it's got a mind of its own. It's a little curly, so that's the reason that I put tape behind it. I don't usually like to put tape behind my ribbon because it, I don't know, it makes it look too stiff, you know, like it's glued down. And the ribbon shouldn't be glued down. It should be kind of free floating there, especially if it's got a bow. Okay, now we're going to put tape all over the back of this. And layer it on our card base. Be sure you don't get it upside down. You know how CJ likes to do that. Unfortunately, it happens. There, that looks like, but isn't that that Coastal embossing folder really nice? The Coastal Weave. Okay, I have dumped all of my embellishments that you're going to get in your little baggie into this bowl. And if Frankie happens to be watching, thank you for this, Frankie. I use it all the time. It's just a great little guy to catch my small pieces so I don't lose them. Your mama gave me that, and we miss her. Okay, let's start with the flowers. And what I'm going to want you to do is take your scissors, and I want you to cut along the edge. I'm not cutting, obviously, I'm just showing you. Cut along the edge of each one of these petals. Okay, and then we're going to take our bone folder and curl them. Like so. I'm pretty sure that you've all done this. If not, I can't imagine why not. And kind of push it in the center a little bit so that it, and put a hole right through it, so that it kind of lifts it a little bit more. I'm going to take the other one, which pretty much is going to remain more on the flat side, just because it's, you know, it's behind, it's in the background. So, but I did go ahead and curl it just a tiny little bit, just barely run your folder over it. Okay, we're going to get a Stampin' Dimensional, and okay, I don't have my little pokey guy. Place that in the center. Take the backing off it, of course, and then we're going to place this flower right on the left-hand edge of your card, and over a little bit over the top of your burlap. That's a little too much, I think. Maybe more like that. Okay. Now, our other flower that that you cut the edges on, you're going to come and curl them, like we talked about, and make sure that they're all curled really nicely. Okay, we're going to get another dimensional and put that in the center of that flower. I'm all thumbs, it looks like. I'm going to put this card up here so you can see what we're doing. Okay, this one I put with the stamen kind of straight up, just because I want one on an angle and one straight up, and that seemed logical to me, so that's what I did. Okay, I'm going to put this one, layer it like so. Now we have our leaves. Our leaves are going to curl. Imagine that. We're going to do some curling here. Whoop, I've got tape on the back of this. It's not working too well. Okay, and then we're going to fold it up that center. You can score it before you do that. Try to do that folding thing. Works a little bit better. And we'll place one leaf right about in here between the two of them. And get another leaf. Do the same thing to it. Do the curling of the edges. And score down the middle and fold it. Oops, flowers are stuck to me everywhere. Okay, kind of fold it up a little bit so it's got more dimension. You can even curl it a little bit more with your fingers if you want to. And we're going to put that one right about in here. Okay, we need a couple of pieces of burlap for more decoration. I think I'm going to put the greeting on first, though. I went ahead and put the little embellishment on it. This was the medium oval punch that for some reason, I don't think it's available anymore. But I'm sure you've got some sort of a punch if you don't like this greeting that you could use to change this up. There's also room on the back if you have something that is small enough to fit in there. You could re-stamp it. Okay, now I'm going to put the ribbons on so we've got a better idea of where the greeting is and we don't want to cover it up. So I'm going to slip one like in here maybe. Yeah, this way. Like that. I lost my other ribbon. Here it is. We're going to trim it. You're going to fray the edge a little bit, if you want to. I mean, I like it frayed a little bit. And again, put a little bit of tape on it. And work it in underneath there. So you got kind of a V shape. And there we didn't cover up any of our writing. And it helped lift that leaf a little bit more too. The only thing left to do now is to put our flowers on. And I do believe I have lost one of them. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, our flowers. I went ahead and put the gold embellishments in the center. And so then and they've got some sticky on the back too. Just go ahead and place them wherever you like. They can be anywhere down here that suits your fancy. Okay. Now, the only other thing that I did to this card is, if you can see it, I'll hold it up here close to the camera. I put gold stickles on the stamen, so to give it a little more pizzazz. And you can use stickles, or you can use two-way glue with glitter. That in actuality happens to be my preference, but it's, you know, we don't have the what do I want to say, we don't always have the time to let that dry, the luxury to let it dry is what I'm trying to say. So so I've converted pretty much to stickles, but I do think that glitter makes a much better shiny, sparkly thing. Okay, guess what, guys? That's all. Our card is done. Like I have told you, any of the products, can you see this right here? Okay. Any of the products that I've used here today, the soft suede ink, the leaves were olive green ink, and of course the soft suede paper and the vanilla, and the early espresso. The little gold stones, I do believe, are still available in the catalog. The other thing I wanted to tell you, for those of you who absolutely hate me for taking what is supposed to be a very brilliant flower and turning it into a brown thing, I have stamped on Calypso Coral another flower for you to put here, and you can put it in the foreground should you happen to not like what I did with the neutrals. So there you go. I'm going to turn this back up a little bit so I can see you guys, and remind you again to place your orders. Look around on the website. There's a new set coming out, actually is out, called Ornate Garden. And I think Ornate Garden and Ornate Thanks is two different sets. So anyway, look forward to seeing that. So for now, guys, remember that I really care about all of you, and I miss you terribly. You are what keeps me going. You know that. You know that. Something's got to. Lynn's too nice to me, so somebody's got to be hard on me, and that's you guys. Anyway, I love you all, and thanks for watching this. And until the next one, adios.